If we're thinking horror-wise, creature from the Black Lagoon. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, and yeah, I'm here.
You were here.
I am. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yay!
I'm excited.
It's good to be back. I watched your last video and I was like, I need to find a way to be able to come back because our schedules have been completely opposite.
They have.
And we are finding a way.
Life finds a way.
But no, I got so bummed out, and I wanted to come back.
No, and I wanted you to be part of that video as well. Like, we have to continue going, and I know your schedule has been crazy, but I was like, this is the home base. Fractured Compass is the home base, and no matter where you stray off to, you always have a place to come
Stranger
back.
Things season 4.
It is.
This is Hawkins, Indiana.
This is Hawkins.
I don't know if you want to be there.
I don't know.
But yeah, so we're basically here to talk about Halloween Horror Nights.
Halloween Horror, yeah, and I wanted you to be part of that video because I know we all love Halloween Horror Nights. And if anybody was all like, "What sounds like you don't love Halloween Horror Nights?" No, we love it. We love it. We just know that they have the potential for greatness, and we want to see greatness.
You know what I did? Because I am a troll. I wore the shirt that you guys are like absolutely not excited for. This is the one maze that they were like,
He did. And I made him a candle.
Ah, yeah.
I made him a candle which has Michael Myers. Yeah. We sell these.
Look how cool this looks.
Yeah.
Gotta get our faces out of here.
I don't know.
There it is.
I don't know. It's like, yeah. Anyways, yeah, so, and it has, you know, blood splatter on the top of it, but we make these, we'll be selling these at Midsummer.
He's my favorite. Mikey Myers. But yeah, so let's talk about Halloween Horror Nights real quick.
Okay.
First off, I know you guys have already hashed this out on your last video, but let's just go ahead and say it because it feels good to.
Absolutely.
Halloween is coming back.
Yep.
We have confirmed Freaky and the Black Phone Blumhouse Maze coming back. We also have, what was the other one? What was the first one announced?
Legends Collide.
Legends Collide.
Oh my god.
I was like,
why are we blanking out?
I was like,
put a cricket sound in there.
Yeah, I will.
Dracula.
Like, we're just
Should do the AOL loading noise.
It was like literally, we're like dial up just happened.
But we also know a couple other things that are confirmed, just haven't been announced yet. I mean, and like, I don't want to say 100% guarantee, but let's be real. La Llorona.
It's totally happening.
Is coming back. So that's.
I will be shocked if they're like, it's not La Llorona, it's something else. We fooled you.
Yeah, mark me down as scared and horny. What the fuck?
What if they like, oh, it looks like this, and they're like, huh, just kidding, and then like rip down this like thing and just was like, it's something else.
I'm sad. I wouldn't be able to handle it.
I don't know.
No, but La Llorona more than likely is going to be announced, which would make it Maze 4 out of 8 that we know what is happening.
What is absolutely happening. Oof.
I think you and I both know another maze that is happening, but we just don't want to say that out loud until it's announced.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything.
I think it's happening. I'm going to say it.
Too much. Maybe after the weekend.
Yeah. So that makes 5 out of the 8 houses that we know of, which leaves 3 more houses that we don't know of. However, I went to Universal the other day, and I was riding the tram, and behind the Transformers ride, it looked like a Big Top Circus tent.
Did you see that? Did you see that Big Top Circus tent?
And I'm thinking Killer Clowns from Outer Space is coming back.
With the 2 after it.
Yeah. Oh, Killer Clowns from Outer Space 2? Interesting.
I mean, that's word on the street. That's word on the studio.
Interesting. So that would make it 6 out of 8 that we know of. We didn't mention number 5, by the way. Can I say it? The Weeknd put out a tweet, and I think that we're getting a Weeknd maze. In some capacity. It could be a scare zone. I don't know. I think it's going to be a maze.
It's funny to me because I'm looking at the speculation maps, and except for one that definitely came to pass, Legends Collide, these mazes have just been T-boning.
Yeah,
Like,
did not hit the mark.
What we thought it was going to be whatsoever, except, obviously, yeah, there's a big top behind Transformers. It's not hard to see.
Yeah.
Okay? And then, I even have footage of that. But, obviously, whatever happens with the other ones, we know, possibly, that there's going to be something in the Walking Dead area, because why would they get rid of that maze? I just don't know.
House.
Oh my god, house.
Yeah, we gotta start calling them houses
so
now.
sorry. I'm not respecting the pronouns right now.
Well, I mean, we've been
I'm
so used to
sorry.
calling
I
them
know.
mazes.
I know.
They're houses, though. Haunted houses.
Yeah, so I just don't know how much of that queue versus maze that they're going to be using.
Yeah.
And how they're going to turn it.
That was my biggest gripe with the Walking Dead attraction, is I felt like the queue was honestly longer than the actual.
It was,
Walkthrough.
but I feel there was just a lot of setup.
Yes.
Because Universal is used to making very large queues. So they made very large queues to house a lot of people and have that whole setup, and then you went through, a minute? I think it was a minute of a maze if you walked through it. Which is totally fine.
But, no, I mean, so that makes 6 out of 8 that we know of, or we think we know of. But the other 2 are really up in the air. I really want to know what that facade of that rundown house with the tractor. Is there a tractor?
There's a truck.
A truck.
I believe
and
that's
a
what
well.
I saw. There's a well. There's a truck. There's a lot of things. We're getting a lot of frontal. This sounds so weird, but we're getting a lot of frontal stuff now. Like I feel like
There could have been a better way to say that,
there
maybe.
could have been like if
We're getting a lot of
There is.
scenery.
it's just
We're
full
getting-
frontal scenery just going on right now. Like yeah, but like Alucard Company in Legends Collide, you have like this whole dock scene that's going on, and I know John Murdy has said that side box is going to be projections that's going to be going up onto the facade. But I feel like in the past we just kind of walked into a black thing and then the maze, or it was picturesque like in House of Haunting Hill.
Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah,
Got you.
sorry. Yeah, Haunting of Hill House last year, and then it just had the facade, and then you walked in and you were in the house already. So now we're getting these full facades coming into play with like you're actually stepping into an area that has been decorated.
Also, not that anyone's listening, but I would totally take a House on Haunted Hill maze attraction. That'd be really cool. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that we would like to see, Fear Street was a fantastic trilogy that came out last year, and I was hoping that, because we've tackled Netflix properties before at Universal, they might do that again, but I don't think it's going to be this year. I would love for them to do a Fear Street maze. Those were, honestly, they weren't necessarily scary. They weren't scary at all, but they were fun, and they were nice nods to horror. And there's like variety. One's in the 90s, one's in the 70s, one's in the 1600s. You got everything.
Well, like all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you've been saying that since the beginning. You're like, Fear Street. Why don't we do Fear Street?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And everyone doubted me with Haunting of Hill House, and guess what?
It totally happened.
It happened. I have an eye for these things.
But I made it. I think it was better and more to work with than what's coming up. Like we were talking earlier, like with Black Phone and Freaky. How are we gonna do that? I'm interested to see how we're gonna do that, since you watched the movie and you said it basically only takes place in one room for the most part.
The majority, yeah.
For the majority of the film. So, I mean, for me, I was all like, okay, well, I don't want to bring back black walls, but...
That is going to be a very heavy black wall maze, I think.
What if you had dark hallways and you just had the kids whispering to you? Like, trying to tell you, like, certain things, like, so you've got these dark whispers as you're walking through. That, I would accept that as a very, very dark sequence if I had kids going, like, go over here. Like, watch out. Things like that. So
See, but that's a black wall with another sensory
With
put
a
into it.
yeah.
That has purpose.
It has
Because
purpose.
So you're taking away your sight,
Mm-hmm.
but you're offering something else, and that's really unnerving. That's actually a really good idea.
I think that's fantastic.
That
Brie.
was like my one designer thing that I was going to be like, hey, that's how I would do it. Until you finally got to basically into the.
It's like you're in the receiver of the phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Brie, I see you.
I don't know.
I see you. Honestly, though,
Fucking phenomenal.
like,
pulling out that one, huh? Just dropping that on us?
and then if you guys haven't seen Freaky, I haven't seen Freaky at all. Because
Silly
again,
movie.
I don't watch horror movies, but at the same time, I get it. It's just an on take of Freaky Friday in a horror setting.
And it's funny.
Where they have like switched bodies, and she is now like a killer. And
It's violent,
Yeah.
but it's a funny, it's like one of those slapstick kind of, not slapstick, but it's just, it is funny.
Is it campy?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it like
is-
Cabin in the Woods?
It's more silly.
Like
More
Tucker and Dale
silly
versus
than
Evil?
Cabin in the Woods?
Vince Vaughn playing a teenage girl.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then the teenage girl is just an absolute psychopath.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But, honestly, I get it. Blumhouse is an extension of Universal. And I don't think Blumhouse makes good horror movies. I love the new Halloween
No.
trilogy. I really do.
I was shocked because I was all like, okay, let me see what Blumhouse has done. And like, Googled, and I started reading them all off, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, they were like all the Purges and all of this and all, and like Us and like Jordan Peele and working with them and like all that. So I was all like, okay, I see you.
Yeah.
I see you.
They've done a lot.
They've done a lot. They're all the new Halloweens, like
Yeah.
2018, yeah.
So it's not that I think Jackie said it well in the last video, is that the last Blumhouse maze, for me, was the weakest. And so I get that this is new source material. We are now using two different movies completely. I think I didn't really have a connection at all to the previous. I think it was like Unfriended and maybe Happy Death Day.
Was it? No.
No, that was a
It wasn't Happy
separate-
Death Day.
Unfriended.
It
And
was
the
Unfriended
Truth or
for
Dare
sure.
one.
Have no, absolute zero connection to those movies because I didn't like them.
Yeah.
I really liked The Black
Would
Phone.
you rather?
No connection. Sorry.
That's what it was called, though, right?
Yeah.
Although I couldn't remember that. When
I
we
don't
were
know.
filming.
Truth or Dare.
But-
Truth or
but-
Dare.
Truth or Dare. That one. Yes.
Truth or Dare.
So here's my thing. Whether it's a Knott's maze, whether it's a Universal maze, whether I walk into a corn maze, I don't care. Okay, wherever you are, I should be able to follow the story from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I should have never watched the movie and pretty much figure out what's going on.
Or get a vibe.
Get a vibe for what is going on, like the different scenes, like, okay, this has happened, these are guys saying. So obviously I wouldn't know any like plot twists. Like going through Us a couple years ago, I know what's happening, but I don't know like the deep plot lines and the twists of these people were actually like tethered to these people and blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna know that. But I should get the gist of what's going on.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
did not get that with the Blumhouse, right?
No, I had no clue. I'm just like, okay. Like, I see the screens, because it was mostly screens of, because obviously it was all based off of internet and things like that, which I got, but
Do you
I was
know
like,
what's...
it was more like cyberbullying, right?
Yeah.
Like, really deep down, yeah.
Which is like, I don't know.
I don't like bullying, so...
Sorry, I keep trying to like...
No, you're good.
Am I interrupting you? Go ahead, finish that.
No.
No?
I just said,
Okay, my bad.
I was at the end, because I just don't like bullying
We're just happy you're here.
in general.
Do whatever you want.
I'm happy I'm here too. You know what did screens... So do you know what did screens... What was I saying? Oh, okay. Do you know what did like the different movies and stuff that I thought did a great job was Creepshow, actually. Creepshow was very... I thought a very well detailed maze looking back on it, and I don't think I gave it enough credit when I first went through it. I was like, But now that I like rewatch videos of it, I'm like, Creepshow was actually a pretty decent maze.
So I watched Creepshow when I was little, and actually some of them were really disturbing. But they were something that I like to do because they're very shorts.
Yeah, like segments.
They're like
Twilight Zone-y.
They were like 15 minutes at the tops, but in 15 minutes they gave you a full story, beginning to end, and you knew what was going on, and the beginning happened here, and the twist happened here, and then it ended, and then the finale. At least I could walk into each place and be like, okay, I know what's going on. I may not know the whole thing, but I know what's going on, and that guy got eaten by cockroaches or something. You know, or had cockroaches coming out of him, or this thing was a creature inside of a box. That you know, so...
People are in jail and there's wolfmen prisoners. Like, okay.
Yeah, like totally got what the vibe was of it, even if I hadn't watched the entire thing. But I remember watching some creep show things and I was all like, oh.
And did you... One other one that did that where they did different segments was American Horror Story. Did you like that, Maze?
You mean like when it like went through the different seasons?
It did Murder House, Freak Show, and Hotel.
Yes, I loved the American Horror Story ones, even though like
You didn't watch it at the time.
I didn't necessarily watch it at the time, and it's a hit and miss for me. Like I remember the first season I actually watched was Roanoke.
Oh, brutal.
And I watched it at your place, right? Like we came over and like watched it every time, and I was all like, oh my god. But I kept going because Kathy Bates was in it and everything like that, and like it had some of a story, even though it was like the roughest season.
It was a very rough season to start.
Like to start, I was like, whew. But then, you know, moving on to Coven, loved every minute of it.
Can I just say, Bree, that in Orlando they did Asylum, Coven, and I forgot what the other one was. I think it was Roanoke. And the Coven section of that maze was awesome.
Was it?
Oh, they had like Myrtle Snow, and she was playing the.
Okay.
It was. I think you would have really liked the Coven maze part
Because Orlando.
It's just campy. Coven was such a campy season, wasn't it?
But there were
Coven was an amazing season.
There was some seriousness to it.
Oh, for sure, but in the grand scheme of American Horror Story, Coven was silly.
Yeah.
So was Apocalypse, kind of.
You just had Kathy Bates' underlying tone of her.
She was insane.
Yeah, like when they dug her up.
But so those mazes were all great. I hope that they can bring that for Blumhouse, because I think The Black Phone is a very good movie, and they should do it justice if they do it correctly. And Freaky, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily pick Freaky as a maze. I think there's a lot of good source material out there, and maybe Freaky wasn't the one I was expecting or would have even picked, but I'm going to give it a chance. But that's basically all we know for now. I mean, we know Terror Tram's coming back for sure. There's one thing that I'm kind of confused on that Universal really ignores, and it's a property they own. I would love for them to do a Chucky maze, and like Chucky has so many movies. I would love to see, you know, The Bride of Chucky in there, Tiffany. I would love to see all the different set pieces, because each Chucky movie is so versatile. There's always a new setting. The first episode, or the first movie, was in an apartment, basically the whole movie. The second one took place in a doll factory. The third one was at a carnival. Fourth one was in a cemetery. Like, there's so many different set pieces that could be used if they did a Chucky maze. Come on, Universal, let's do it. They tackled a lot of classic monsters. Let's do Chucky. I know you hate Chucky. You hate it.
Go ahead.
And one last thing, if I could just say, I think that they should do a maze that tackles an A24 film property, because those have some very interesting, I think they call it elevated horror. I think Hereditary would be a fucking terrifying maze.
Michael, you were saying something about like IPs that they have that you wish you would do. Can I actually ask both of you, I'm over here by the way, hi. What properties does Universal own that you want to see either come back as an attraction, a haunted attraction or a house, or that they haven't done yet that you gotta see it?
Chucky.
Other than Child's Play.
Honestly,
I want your honest opinion.
What are you gonna say?
I was like, Twister! That was the first thing that came to my mind, but that's not a horror thing.
Listen.
But I was like, Twister should be a maze.
Listen.
I would go through Twister.
Listen.
I'm happy.
How would they even do that?
Just a lot of wind.
A lot of fans.
A lot of fans. Tons of fans. Ooh, like a house could like break through like at one point.
That was such an intrusive thought. It was just like automatically, Twister! What?
I would do Twister.
I would too.
I would so go through Twister. I'm so upset that they got rid of the Twister experience in Orlando.
That's such a good movie, guys. Such a good one.
Hi.
I'm Bill Paxton. Aw, R.I.P.
I'm glad we got to see it.
Yeah.
Yep, I never got to go through that ride.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mike. It was amazing.
But, if we're thinking horror-wise, Creature from the Black Lagoon. What's going on there? How come we haven't touched that? We keep repeating Wolfman.
I feel like I just walked into a trap. I should have
Keep repeating Mummy. You have a mural of the Creature from the Black Lagoon in your back lot, and guess what? You sell Creature from the Black Lagoon merchandise as a hoodie, and it's the most expensive one out of all the Universal monsters. You know there is a demand for that boy. You get it, Universal, and yet here we are, creatureless. Creatureless in 2022.
Another year.
Are you afraid? Are you afraid? Don't be afraid of Creature. Is it because he's a full body suit? You can just paint someone on the top half and put him in a black wall. I don't care. I just need Creature. What's up? Okay, I'm ranting.
No, it was the best thing I have ever heard. Okay, I need to tell you something. I don't care if it's on camera.
Into that.
I don't care. Every time that you go on a Creature rant, I get a text from Ruth going like, Creature from the Black Lagoon!
Creature from the Black Lagoon, damn it! It's just, he's so slept on. Do you guys know I'm actually really considering getting a Creature from the Black Lagoon tattoo? I want him to be black and white, because that's how he was portrayed in the film. I don't want him colored. And I want him to be swimming, like, up my arm. Like you know how he's, like, trying to touch the girl? Like, up
Are you gonna have like legs? Like a little pool of legs right here, and then the
Stop it. Absolutely not. Just the Creature. Maybe legs later if I'm feeling fun. Maybe on a drunk night. But it's been on my mind because, you know, if I liked him since I was a kid and I still like him at the ripe age of 28, then I'm probably just going to continue liking him.
It's probably gonna be a thing.
Yep.
It is a thing.
So
If you guys have watched the channel enough, you know it's a thing.
Yep. God damn it! They have him. They have him at like every single Midsummer Scream. He has so much merchandise for him. Monsterpalooza, he's everywhere. Universal, you know what's up. Let's do this. Let's do a Creature from the Black Lagoon maze. It can be so pretty.
I want you to walk into Midsummer Scream this month, which let's segue to Midsummer. But I want you to walk into Midsummer Scream, and I want you to get the first freaking Creature thing that you see.
I went to Monsterpalooza. I'm like, oh my god.
Was he?
He's
there?
everywhere.
He's everywhere.
And he has no maze.
I've never seen a maze.
Well, no. In Orlando.
Well, in Orlando they had a section.
And it was the shortest section.
Yeah.
But they had a full body Creature, and he looked great.
It's probably because they spent all the money on that full body suit, and they were like, "Ooh, let's give him some bubbles and a blue wall." Like, oh my god.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But can I just say, that full body suit was...
It was a perfect full body suit.
He looked like movie ready.
He got a blue wall and some bubbles.
Yeah.
And maybe some seaweed painted.
It was a very short segment. I you remember too when we walked through and he came out and I was like, oh my god!
Yeah.
And the scare actor was like, he like walked away. He was like, whoa, that kid's a freak. Because I was way too excited to see him, and he was like, with his hands, and he walked away.
Well, he's a Gilman. He's shy.
I'll tell you this. The day that they announced that there is going to be a Creature from the Black Lagoon, I'm just on a tangent now. They started this, and they knew what they were doing. The day that they announce it, it won't be this year probably. Maybe next year. We're going to say next year. Yeah. Put it out in the world. I will be getting the RIP tour. I will be getting the full in-depth everything because I want... Yes.
I'll save the money to do the RIP tour.
Well, right there. There you have it. Universal, if you're watching, all you need to do to get a huge... I think I can speak for a lot of people. A huge fan base to spend way too much money at your event.
Way too much.
Is just put Creature from the fucking Black Lagoon in a house... And just gushing money. It's all yours. It's all yours.
I save up all the pennies.
Yes.
All the pennies.
All right, I'm happy I got that out of my system. Let's talk about Midsummer Scream a little bit.
It's coming.
It's coming, and let me tell you, it is going to be a massive event. Damn, if you are following Midsummer Scream on Instagram, they are doing a ton of announcements on the guest appearances, the vendors, the events that are going to be there, and it just seems like if you basically like Halloween, everyone will be there.
Yeah.
Everyone will be there. There's not a single thing you're going to miss out on. Please get those tickets. And I think actually it ended...
It ends tonight.
The discount?
The discount ends tonight at midnight.
So by the time this video comes out...
Yeah. It'll be over. But everybody has been warned, if you guys have been following Instagram on anybody's, especially Midsummer Screams, anytime any of the vendors put up their coupon codes for it, Midsummer will pull that over to their story. So if you're only following Midsummer Scream, you would know how many vendors are putting their coupon codes, and it does end at midnight tonight. And then that's it. But I checked the prices for the Midsummer Scream tickets, and I was all like, this doesn't make sense to me. Because, and I took a screenshot, because it's like, so Friday, if you guys want to do some serious shopping, Friday is the day.
Go.
Friday is 6 to 10 at night, and it is simply for shopping. There's no panels. There's nothing going on. You can literally get all your shopping done, all the best things that the vendors have, like, put out right then and there, and then you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the weekend. If you see anything here or there, then pick it up, like, great. But Friday is that shopping night, that kind of like getting into the groove and the swing of it. It hasn't been going on for 2 years. It has been canceled twice. And so they are like coming on so strong.
This feels like
so strong.
It's just a vengeance of like, this event is going to be absolutely insane.
This is like the Oscars of the Halloween conventions.
Yeah. And can I just say one thing? Because I have a lot of friends, I have a lot of people that go and they tell me how disappointed they are when they, I send pictures of like certain items and then they disappear the next day. If you guys are going on Friday and you see a particular thing that you want, don't walk away from that booth and think about it. If you have the means and you really know you want it, buy it, because it will probably not be there Saturday.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
This is not a small convention. This is 35K or more in attendance at this point. Okay, it was estimating 30,000 in 2020 when everything got canceled. So just think about how many more people are coming for it.
Well, I think I made a mistake saying that. There's going to be plenty of people, a lot of people have stock and stuff, but if there's a specialty item, I should say, that is rare and you want it, get it. But that doesn't mean people are coming down on Saturday. There's not going to be anything. There's going to be so much stuff. That's not what I meant. I just don't put it off thinking that you are going to get it later if it's something that is rare and, you know.
If it's a t-shirt booth.
To that though, we have sold out of stuff at our booth Friday night. And it's not there for the rest of the weekend.
It's true. We make ritual crystal daggers. We're going to have 4 on sale. Last year I think we had 3. They were all gone on Friday. We had a death moth that was for sale. That was gone on Friday. We make a lot of one-of-a-kind things. Unless it's our candles, we can make a little bit more stock on those. But our other specialty items, kind of one-of-a-kind. If you have booths out there that are one-of-a-kind things, it is what it is. Like, it's gone. If it's a t-shirt booth, they have a little bit more stock going on. But you had one where, and it wasn't even Midsummer, it was a Midsummer event. But remember at Season Screamings, you're like, I want that lamp. And you walked away and thought about it.
I'm speaking from experience. Yeah. I said, I want this lamp, I'm going to think about it. Sold literally 15 minutes later. I should have just... I want the lamp. Yeah. And I understand people need to think about it. Inflation is high. Times are very tough right now. And so I totally get it. I'm just saying, please don't be angry or disappointed if that item sells out, because I'm telling you, it's kind of a competition a little bit. But the big thing that you guys have to remember, have fun. Yeah. Have fun. It's just, and like, I find so much joy. The first day, it's more like, I think it's almost the most stressful, right? Because there's just so much you want to look at and scope it out. Saturday, I think, is the most fun because you have the panels And it's just the costumes and the people that cosplay there is incredible. Like, bring your cameras, bring your phones, just check out the scenery, people watch. It's so much fun knowing that you're amongst a bunch of people that love the same things you do.
Yeah.
It really is nice.
It is an amazing thing, and we're going to be coming out with a later video when they do release more of the times and whatnot that are going to be going on, because right now it's very limited, even though we have less than a month before it starts on the 28th.
Crazy!
But it's like Friday, the ticket prices is $32 if you just wanted to go Friday night. Saturday is obviously a little higher. It's going to be $47 because you're adding all the panels that are going on. And then just Sunday is $37. But the weekend GA pass, general admission for all 3 of those days is $63. I was like, so one day is 32, one day is 47, and one day is 37. If you added all 3 of those, it would add up to way more than $63 to just get the full pass. And they still are selling gold bats for $135. So gold passes are worth the wait in gold in my head, because not only do you get to be in special lines for panels, you also usually get a like front of the line kind of weird thing to all the haunted houses that are going to be inside the Hall of Shadows.
Mm-hmm. And there's going to be a bunch. One of the ones I'm actually the most excited about, and there's many that I'm excited about, but I just have a connection to this one, is the Corona Haunt. I'm happy that they're going to be there and showcasing that Midsummer Scream. Good for them. But Hall of Shadows, everyone puts on their A game, and it's incredible.
Yes.
Absolutely incredible. And I'm excited to see this Hall of Shadows. I think this area is going to be much bigger than the Pasadena area. Long Beach Convention Center is, I think, bigger than the Pasadena Convention Center in terms of Hall of Shadows.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, so the Pasadena was only for season screamings because it's a smaller vending
You're
convention.
right. It's season screamings.
But they had,
Misspoke.
they're basically a hall of Yuletide spirits or something.
Yeah.
In there, and it was basically a mini Hall of Shadows. If you guys have never been to a Midsummer Scream event, but you saw the season screamings one, it is a mini Hall of Shadows. So just think that like times 10.
Yeah.
It is just gigantic with just so much going on.
Yeah. It's such a big undertaking. So
It is.
I say, if you guys can, try to make a weekend thing out of it, because damn, it's
a good time.
a great time.
You come out of there too at like 6 o'clock. It's only 6 o'clock when it ends. Most of these close, and you're just like, just so exhausted. You're drained just because of how much fun you've had. It's like a bangover.
Yeah. It really is. But honestly, we are so excited to go to Midsummer Scream, and you're going to be selling stuff.
I'm going to be selling stuff. Tentatively, we'll be at kind of towards the back end of the Hall of Shadows. Tentatively, I can't give out like anything.
Hall of Shadows.
Sorry, yeah, we are kind of towards the back end of the Hall of Shadows, like the back entrance. We are
okay.
near that area.
Got it.
Tentatively.
Probably where Cal Haunts is kind of set up. Like where the archways are.
I'm like, I don't want to say anything because I can't really give the map out yet because they haven't confirmed. They haven't had anything set in stone quite yet.
We
But
can cut that. Sorry.
what?
We can cut all that.
No. It's I just can't show the map.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. Tentatively, we are like near the back end of the Hall of Shadows entrance, and I'm like the Toy Story Pizza Planet truck might be parked near us.
Ooh.
And I'm kind of excited for that.
Interesting.
A little bit.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And honestly, I think we just kind of treated this video like a podcast, and we're just saying our thoughts. Yeah. But you know what? It's good to get it all out. It's good to talk about things.
It is.
So, thank you very much. I hope you guys are as excited as we are. Halloween Horror Nights, we're coming for you. You are a little expensive, I'm not going to lie. Maybe let's do like another, like I would even take Halloween Kills or Halloween Ends or like a tie-in to the trilogy, but we're getting the 1978 version. I did enjoy that maze. I know you guys have some thoughts on it. I will accept it. However, I love Mikey Myers. What can I say? So I'm biased. As you guys can tell, I have my candle and my shirt and Mikey.
Okay, so I go through that maze with you. That's all I'm gonna say now.
Mikey. Dude, when I watch the movies and he doesn't kill them all, Mikey! Go Mikey Myers! But thank you guys very much for watching this video and sticking with us this whole journey. We love you guys very much. Please subscribe if you guys haven't. Hit that notification bell so you do not miss a video, because we're going to have quite a few and you want to be updated on Halloween news. And always be ready.
Because you never know your compass will take you.
Bye-bye.
Bye!
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Creature!
That was